What's up, YouTube? Demi here. I got some news for you. So, Incursion's going core. But it's it. That's it. It's as simple as that. Incursion is in fact going core. Now, when is it being added? Well, they enjoyed developing it, creating strong thematic and mechanical links to sacrifices of all. Players enjoyed the content, the items, and the corruption. The main negative we heard is that players wanted it to progress more, or to have an advanced version or an even larger ultimate fight. Yeah, the Omnitech fight is like, what the fuck is this? After the first time, you're like, this is so boring. What the hell? The League was deliberately made to provide self-contained content that can be progressed through several times. While that worked very well, it is clear that Path of Exile players like having longer-term progression and goals such as Delve, Infinite Dungeon, right? Due to the League being such a success, we've worked out a plan to add to the core game. This will be included in December's 3.5.0 update, not in the September Delve release. What this means is there's going to be a league where it's not in the game, right? Next league, Delve. The corruption mods introduced alongside Incursion will remain as Volorb outcomes, but you may need to wait until 3.5 for a reliable way to double corrupt items. May need to wait. There might be one in 3.4 Delve, if we're lucky. But after that, we'll reliably have the Incursion in the core game. Thanks for playing Incursion. We enjoy blah, 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 blah. Yes. Okay. So, what does this mean for standard, for investments, for all that stuff, right? For standard, you have a league in which to sell double corrupted items. So you can bring them back from Incursion right now in the flashback event to standard when the league ends, because everybody's characters will transfer to standard when the league ends, or hardcore if you're in hardcore Incursion. You can sell those double corrupted items there. And since this is the only way to get them is right now, for that entire next league, all of Delve, they'll be very expensive in standard, because a lot of high-end players will want them for their builds, right? And they'll be able to pay a lot of money for them because they're so rare. So you can potentially make a, like, I don't know, for example, I've been investing in things like double corrupted Tomb Fists, for example. I think I said for example twice in a sentence. I don't know, sorry, I'm really tired. And those should hopefully sell for quite a bit. Hopefully a lot. Not 100%, but it should be quite a bit. Hang on, I gotta pull up the other thing I want to talk about. They spoiled another pair of unique gloves today, which are more or less like reverse Tomb Fist type things. Either way, okay, so here's another example of socketable currency you might create in Delve League. This is a powerful alchemical resonator, which for those of you who don't know about Delve yet, you get currency that you can put other currency in to create a custom currency orb, which you can then use on an item, right? So this is basically an alchemy orb, alchemical, right? It upgrades a normal to a rare. It gives improved quality, creates a mirrored copy, more elemental mods, and no poison or bleeding mods. I'm assuming this means it creates two of an item, right? And elemental mods is like added flat lightning, flat cold, flat fire, weapon elemental damage, percent fizzes extra maybe is an elemental mod, elemental penetration. I think all of those count as ele mods, fire, cold, burning damage, lightning damage. No poison or bleeding mods. So you're going to alch an item and it's going to... Oh yeah, right here. Yes, you get two of the rare items. So this potentially could be... It's going to be pretty rare, but I feel like one person in all of next league is going to alch a good base. Like say an I-85 plus Elder Shaper or something. I-86 plus maybe, right? They're going to alch it. And they're going to get a mirror item. And they're also going to get a mirrored copy of their mirror item, which they can then sell, obviously, before they set it up for mirror service. Which I think is really, really cool. Really cool, but here the thing is, it doesn't apply to rings and necklaces for some reason, and I'm not sure why that is. But, that's okay. The other thing we want to talk about is Command of the Pit, riveted gloves. So these are Tomb Fists. They're 1 and 2 socket. Actually, it only shows 2 socket. I don't know if it's always 2 socket, but either way, it's like a Tomb Fist. When you socket a Ghastly Eye Jewel, which is the minion jewel, you get minions have 1000 accuracy rating. When you socket a Hypnotic Eye Jewel, you get Arcane Surge on hit with spells. That's actually really strong. Like, really strong. So Arcane Surge, it doesn't say what level it gives, it just says it gives Arcane Surge. Right? Where is it? It grants a buff when the total mana spent reaches the threshold. Try to figure out what that buff is. Alright, so you get more spell damage. Say it's just level 1, right? So it's 10% more spell damage, 10% increased cast speed, 0.5% of your mana regen per second. At a level 1, up at level 20, it's 20% more, 19% increase, and 1% mana regen per second. Now, how much is that actually? Well, the Tomb Fist version of this is Intimidate. Right? And it grants... Where is it? Intimidate for 4 seconds on hit with attacks, and Maim for 4 seconds on hit with attacks. Intimidate This is what you gotta look up a lot of stuff to explain stuff like this. This is a more multiplier as well. Its affected target takes 10% increased damage, which is the same thing as you dealing 10% more. So this is literally 10% more. It's the same thing for spellcasters, which means they're kind of buffing spellcasters for the first time in a long time, which is really cool. It also gives cast speed instead of attack speed like Toonfist does, right? It's literally just the opposite of Toonfist. Also, the minion thing, because I've been playing the minion build recently, the Dancing Dervish duo build, right? That 1000 flat accuracy is actually massive. Minions have like maybe 300 to 500 accuracy at level 20, which is really bad. So they have really bad accuracy. They have like 70% chance to hit. The solution for most people is to use an increased accuracy jewel on minions, which is just like, why would you do this? It makes no sense. You just want a more multiplier like every other skill. It's kind of awkward to do. But they are finally adding a way to get accuracy on minions with these, which is pretty cool. I like this item. I really do. I really like this item a lot. The Arcane Surge will hit with spells. It's literally any spell. You could just like throw it on. You could just throw it Orb of Storms, or just use your main spell casting skill if you're like a an actual spellcaster. But if you're a totem build, you're gonna have to use your own spell to hit something, which is fine. But yeah, I like both of these items. They still have not spoiled a Exalted Resonator or something along those lines. Exalted Orb Resonator. I don't know what you want to call it. And that means that we don't know if this is going to allow us to interact with these the same way that we interacted with bestiary recipes. Like there were bestiary recipes where you could say, craft life mod, craft flat physical damage, right? And they were targeted with those specific mods, and you could also use the prefixes and suffixes cannot be changed master mods to force yourself to like have a safe, cleanable base afterwards. You could lock your suffixes by doing, say you had an amulet with, let's see, 20% fizz is cold, 10% Elipen prefixes, and then like crit multi suffix or something like that, and quant suffix, whatever. You could craft suffixes or prefixes cannot be changed, and then you could beast craft the 10% life mod, or sorry, the flat life mod, guaranteed flat life mod on it, and it wouldn't change the other prefixes. It would just roll flat life and leave your other two alone, which is really powerful. And it kind of allowed you to control what kind of mods you got, and there were a lot of people crafting stuff like that. But we don't know if these resonators and the other currencies we're going to get ignore master mods or not. If they ignore master mods, they're more along the lines of essence crafting than anything else. If they don't ignore master mods, then they're like bestiary, and you can use them to craft specific items as like a recipe type thing, which is really cool. But we don't really know anything about how rare these are. That's the only thing I'm worried about, is that they're going to be so rare to get a good one that you're never going to see them, and no one's ever going to use them during the whole league, which has always been a problem when they implement cool stuff like this. Like the bestiary recipes for cat and avian and all the other good stuff, those are incredibly rare. People were finding like a couple a league unless you were grinding extremely hard, like 12-hour a day the whole league, right? Like I found, after playing for I think it was 3.5 weeks or so in bestiary, I found one crab boss that I could run and one avian or spider. I don't remember which one of the two it was, after an entire 3 weeks of playing, and I was like multiple level 90 characters, right? Didn't make any sense. But they've hopefully fixed that. Hopefully they're more common, because I want people to actually craft this league. This league seems to be like it's going to encourage people to actually upgrade their characters past the garbage tier. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. After what I would consider to be garbage tier, like most players right now, the meta is get to maps, upgrade your character well enough that you can run speedy maps like T11 maps or whatever, and after that you don't care anymore. You stop upgrading your gear because you don't need to invest anymore in the character. You just don't, which I find to be incredibly boring, and it totally like shuts down the entire crafting system of this game, which is beautiful and incredibly in depth and fun to do, and just like horribly RNG, but it's really fun. And most people don't even bother to do it because it's just cheaper to buy your items off PoE Trade. But with the competitive aspect of this league, with people wanting to push deeper and deeper and deeper to get into the mines, right? There's probably going to be like some sort of a meta going around where people don't want to sell the really good items because it's going to make other people want to get will be able to get further in the mines, right? This might be totally wrong, and I'm just hypothesizing here, right? But that's the thought. Maybe people will do that. They'll like go back to the dark ages of PoE where you don't want to tell people what your build is, don't want to show your profile, you don't want to tell them your build at all, you want to show your links, your gear, you want to make the best gear and like keep it secret, and then you'll have the most OP build to push the mines in. And I really, really love games like that. A lot of the old games have stuff like that where people would keep their setups totally private, and they would be able to do something that other players couldn't do because they were so good at like theory crafting, right? And I think I have a hope that Incursion is going to bring back that thought process to this game, bring back the longevity, bring back the competitive edge to pushing. Besides the race to 100, race to 100 is like who can play the most time in the next week, right? If you can play for the most hours, you're probably going to win that race, and if somebody dies, you win automatically. That's boring. This is like, okay, who can make the best gear and the best theory crafted character, and then also have the most luck and the most time to push in, right? I think the time thing is going to be the least impactful thing. It's mostly going to be your gear and your character and your strategies, and maybe your party. We don't know if there's going to be like a party ladder versus a solo ladder or anything like that, but I'm thinking that 6-man parties, like say Aurabot, Cursebot, maybe like multiple different types of Aurabots, like a Scion Necromancer Aurabot, or Champion Necro, plus a Guardian for defense, plus a Curse Cultist for damage boosts and defense boosts, and then you have multiple carries full of DPS, like single target burst DPS, say a Blade Flurry character, and like AoE clear characters, like say Tornado Shot, Kinetic Blast. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you could possibly do in a party. Make a really good meta 6-man group and just push hard. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this league. I want to see how far I can push in the mines, and I want to see if this league goes core, because if it goes core, oh man, I bet there's going to be a lot more people playing standard at that point. Normally, right now it's like 30% of the player base plays standard, and 60% softcore league, 10% hardcore league, or solo self-found, right? Or SSF hardcore, whatever you want to. That's the splits, right? Ish. If this goes core, I mean, this is just hypothetical. We don't even know anything about the league all the way yet. If Delve goes core, standard and mirror market is going to become so fucking competitive, and maybe people are going to start crafting mirror items and hiding them from the community instead of putting them up for service because they want to push deeper into the mines. I don't know. I think that's just gonna. The main thing about this for me is that people are actually going to start crafting for once, and they're going to understand why I craft, and then maybe they'll understand why I play standard instead of shit talking players who play standard constantly, because that's just fucking annoying. Let's be honest here. Like that elitism from softcore league players makes me really like, it makes me really confused, because I see the same elitism in like long-term standard players who have collections of legacy items that I see in brand new first league players who just hear that you should shit talk standard and so they do it. And I'm like, is there a reason for this? Do you have a point? Are you just shit talking because you want to shit talk? Like, what's the fucking point here, right? It makes no sense. It's the same game. You're playing the same game. We all love PoE. We all love craft. We all love grinding, crafting, whatever you want to call it. It's Path of Exile. We're here to play the game together. So can we get some togetherness instead of elitism for once? That'd be cool. Quit being like a cesspool and just like enjoy the game together. It's so much more fun when you do that. But I'm going to stop ranting about random meta issues. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment about what you think about Delve, about these items, about these resonators. I don't know, dude. About the crazy stuff that we might see out of this league. I don't know. What do you got to tell me? You want to tell me about your day? That's fine. I read every comment. I'll respond to them if I like them. Or I'll like them if I like them, whatever, right? That's all that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. It's the only way that YouTube might actually show you my videos. If you want to help support me in what I do, my links to my Twitch stream, my Patreon, my merch store are all in the description below this video. If you want to help support me, I think the merch is probably your best bet right now. If you don't watch streams, you can actually get physical goods, right? And having something physical to wear is a lot more fun than just like subscribing to someone that you don't ever watch on stream, right? So you can get a phone case, t-shirts, pillows, mugs, stickers, more pillows, whatever you want. It's cool. Sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts. If there's something that I don't have in the store, like a design of mine, and you want to see it on something, let me know, and I can get it made and added to the store within like 20 minutes. I just have the idea. If you want like something specific that I don't have yet, just let me know and I'll get it added. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video or in the next stream or on Discord. Links to that in the description below as well, and Twitter. You should follow me there if you want to know what is going on. If I'm not streaming, check my Twitter, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That'll be Demi out.